Welcome back to the College Heights Huddle, guys. I am Dave Quintanilla, a Spanish editor and person doing baseball this semester, and I'm with
Morgan Larkins, who did volleyball last semester, and sometimes I do softball now.
She just fills in the gaps.
And I do.
But we're here for an eventful week of bat and ball on the hill this week, and I guess I'll start. Yeah.
Why did you stare at me?
I guess I'll start. All right. Pretty depressing weekend as usual, since it's the latest trend for WKU Baseball. Traveled to Jim Patterson Stadium in Louisville and lost 7-3. Hey, they beat them at Nick Dennis Field. That's all that matters, you know. Highest attendance since 2016. But they couldn't beat them on the road. They left 10 runners on base, which I think the more that they leave runners on base, the more I just want to throw something at the wall every single time it happens, because it happens too much now. At the plate, they were given 8 free passes, so they got hit by 4 pitches in that game, and they gave up 4 walks. You know, you're supposed to do something with that. Guess who didn't? Them. And then on the other side of the ball, they also decided to do nothing, as they gave up 7 runs. But the next 5 bullpen pitchers didn't give up a run, which was good to see because the bullpen's been pretty shaky forever. But, you know, 7-3 loss. After this game, they have only won 2 games on the road and lost 7. So 2-7 on the road away from Nick Dennis Field. Pretty bad. And then it gets worse on the road as they travel to Missouri State, who had the 15th highest RPI heading into the weekend series, which is pretty good. Undefeated at Hammons Field, their home stadium, which is also shared with a AA baseball team. So game 1, guys. All right. WKU winning 6-3. WKU loses 15-10.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about it. So, starting the game pretty good. Graduate left-hander Aaron Robertson went 4 innings, giving up 3 runs on 8 hits. And they took a 6-3 lead. And then the Bears scored 12 unanswered runs. 12. 1, 2. That's 10 plus 2. 6 in the 6 in the 6 and 6 in the 7th. That's 6-7. That's a 6-7 12-run inning. Western trying to make a push in the 9th. They score 4 runs, but obviously not enough since they put 15 on their heads. And yeah, so not the only lead they gave up in the series in game 2. They were winning 6-4 in the 9th inning. 3 more outs. Let's talk about it. Missouri State scored 2 runs in the 9th. Dawson Hall goes in for his 3rd inning of work, gives up a double, and then hits the next batter, which is a very common occurrence whenever Western give up runs in very high situation areas. And then Lyles gave up the 2 RBI single, and then in extras, WKU forgot how to hit. 3 left on base, 3 strikeouts, and then in the 12th inning, Logan Fife hits a 2-run home run to walk it off, call game. Western leave 10 men on base and hit 15 for 21 with runners on. But then, guys, there's a light at the end of the weekend. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Is there?
Yes, there is, Morgan. Western broke Missouri State's 17-0 run at home. It was the longest stretch of home wins in college baseball, and they broke it with a Game 3 win, which might not seem that big, but this is a team who has the opportunity to host a regional in the postseason. So being able to break that home streak was very important for Western and could be a page turner for this Reardon-led team. They won 10-5, and this time, guys, Missouri State gave up the lead.
Yay!
They were winning 5-3, and then in the 6th inning, they scored 4 runs. That was highlighted by a grand slam by Hayden Robbins, who got 3 hits in game 3 and had 5 RBIs in the game. So pretty good. And guys, this is my time to apologize to a certain someone who I yelled at a couple of weekends ago. Jude Favela came into the game in Game 3 with bases loaded and 1 out. And if we know the history of the College Heights Huddle, I had a certain few minutes where I yelled at Jude Favela for not doing so well with bases loaded. Maybe he listened. Jude Favela, I want to apologize here on the College Heights Huddle. I was not familiar with your game. Jude Favela got out of a bases loaded, 1 out trouble in the 3rd inning of Game 3 with a strikeout and a flyout. Favela, just please continue doing that. And good job, man. But yeah, up next, Western has to play 5 games in 1 week. They are heading to EKU on Tuesday. They're hosting Austin P on Wednesday. And they play Kennesaw State on the weekend. Boom. But yeah, that's it for one side of bat and ball. What's happened on the other side?
Softball. And you're gonna be able to tell that I know considerably less than David does. And that's okay.
That's not true, guys. She knows a lot.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, no problem.
That really means a lot. So this weekend, the softball team swept UTEP 24-4 through the whole weekend. So, wasn't great. Game 1, they got run ruled. UTEP did 9-0.
There you go. That will do it. That will end the game early.
Game 2, WKU won 7-1, and then Game 3, which was today, WKU won 8-3, which WKU was winning in Game 3 with, it was like 2-1, and then a WKU error let 2 UTEP runners hit home, and then they had 6 unanswered runs. WKU did.
So that's half of Missouri State's in Game 1.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But pitching this weekend was great. That's what held the team together. Erica Hogue was on the mound. Not on the mound. She's in the circle. Sorry. She was in the circle for the first game, and then Ryland Smith was in the circle for the second game. And then the third game, they were both in the circle. Throughout the weekend, Ryland Smith had 12 strikeouts.
It's a lot.
I know.
It's a lot.
And then batting was also pretty good. Annie White and Kendall White led the team in Game 1. And then Macy Masters in Game 2 had a grand slam that really set the tone for the rest of the weekend. So, yeah, they're playing Kennesaw State next weekend. 3 games. That's all I've got for you.
Oh, we have podcast producer Malone Farmer walking over here right now. Let's see what they have to say about whatever they're going to talk about.
Hi, I'm a podcast producer and commentary writer and sports writer and everything else that I do, Malone Farmer. I was at the second softball game on Friday, and I wanted first inning.
For the grand slam.
Yes. Macy Masters hit a grand slam in the first inning of the second game on Friday. After a truly, truly horrible pitching performance from UTEP's pitcher that was in the circle for the first inning, and the first inning only. She gave up over 10 balls to Western, just throwing completely out of the zone. She could not throw a good pitch to save her life.
One of the pitches today was called illegal, and so I think it was Annie White. No, it was Mock. She got to bat again after being called out.
So bases loaded off of, I don't even know if there was one hit to get all those bases loaded for that first inning grand slam. I think it might have all been just the horrible pitcher throwing 4 balls, and then the runner gets to walk to the base.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And Macy Masters hit just an insane home run for a grand slam that put Western up insanely. UTEP only scored once when one of their batters hit a home run. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say that Macy Masters had a really, really good batting performance, and Ryland Smith pitched the whole second game, and she was fabulous. You could tell that towards the end of the game, her arm was getting a little tired, but those first 4 innings, she was pitching insane. But yeah, I'm going to go back behind the camera now.
Thank God.
Thanks, Malone.
All right. So unlike WKU Baseball's bullpen, we're actually going to toss it over for a strike and hand it off to Peyton and Austin for some around the hill action.
Thank you, Morgan and David. I am Peyton.
And I'm Austin. I'm eating jelly beans right now. Holy cow. I'm in so much pain. Go ahead, Peyton.
We're going to catch you up on some news around the Hill, starting with women's tennis. Their season came to an end this past weekend with an 11-14 record. Lost in the first round of the Conference USA tournament to Sam Houston, 4-3. It was good at the start. They won doubles, took 2 of the 3 matches, which was good, and then it was honestly a battle when it came to singles. Of course, Sam Houston won 4 matches in singles. WKU took 2. And really it came down to the deciding and most exciting singles was Virginia Madueno and Christine Javicki of Sam Houston. It's best of 2, but they went to a third. Christine Javicki took it 6-2, and then Virginia took it 6-2, and then they went to a deciding third match, and Christine took it 7-6. It was the third singles match after Sam Houston had taken the first 2, and then dropping the third and fourth ones, and then Elizabeth Sobieski of WKU was able to earn the Hilltoppers 1 win. And then in the 5th match, Ariadna Fernandez took the 5th singles match, but they met earlier in the year. Sam Houston barely escaped that one with a win as well. So when these two teams face off, it's a pretty competitive outing, but ultimately their season ends there at 11-14, 2-2 in conference play, 9-5 at home, and 1-8 away from Bowling Green. So not the greatest season. Obviously something to build on, and I'm sure they will continue to do so.
Yeah, tough ending, losing to Sam Houston. Like you said, both times they've faced them, it's been very close, very tight games. But, tough ending, obviously, but definitely a lot more you can do next year and kind of build off this season, like you said. But
yeah, and I believe only 2 seniors graduating. So a young team to come back to come next season.
That's kind of been a trend on the Hill, is a lot of young teams just kind of putting it all together. But next year should be set up to be a good year for WKU sports, I think.
Yes. So, Austin, what happened with track and field?
Oof. A lot of great things are happening with track and field right now. This was honestly, they went to Knoxville, Tennessee for the Tennessee Invite. But, this was just a great weekend for track and field. You had 4 podium finishes on Saturday. Overall also as well, 4 podium finishes. But the 4 podium finishes were headlined by a first-place finish by Jayla Gilbert in the women's shot put, and Cameron Horton had a third-place finish in the men's 100-meter dash. Trevor Hudnall in the men's 800-meter run as well. So just a great weekend at the Tennessee Invite, which, this team, as they kind of worked for, the Conference USA championships and everything, they've had a fantastic season. They've kept building on it. Obviously, in pole vault, they've had some fantastic success, 2 WKU records. So a lot of good things going on in track right now. Some specific times from their performances. Gilbert recorded a distance of 14.96 meters, won in the shot put for women's. Horton clocked a 10.38 finish in the men's 100-meter dash, which I don't know how much you all know about track, but absolutely insane finish. 10 seconds is ridiculous for college. Usain Bolt obviously has his 9, but a 10 minute, not 10-minute finish in the 100 would be too bad, but 10-second finish is amazing, especially when you're on the lower end of that. So a 10:38 is great. So he won third place and was his second consecutive meet, which was placing in an event, this time the 100-meter. Horton was in the men's 400-meter dash at the Jim Vargo Invitational. He finished second on that one, so fantastic finish for him after a great showing. He's kind of riding that momentum now because, Jim Vargo Invitational was great, but at the Tennessee Invite, when you have a lot more like Power 4 type schools there, so third place finish is just absolutely insane. As well, Hudnall finished with a new personal best time of 1:49.65 in the men's 800-meter run, which 800-meter is a very, very difficult event. That is absolutely, like, that one will take everything out of you. So, like, a 1:49 is insane, especially to get under 2 minutes in that event. I feel like, higher, like 2:09 and stuff like that is, like, a one that a lot of people in high school hit. And then once you get down to around, like, 2 minutes, that one as well is, like, that's, like, right when you're getting into college. But, like, the elite ones, they get under 2 by the time they get to college. Yeah. So the fact that he's hitting a 1:49 already, secured a third place finish and a new personal best time. I believe his best before that was like a 1:52, or not 1:52, like 1:51. Also going on with that, Hunter Koslow recorded a fourth place finish in the men's shot put with a new PR of 16.60 meters. And Devin Rogers also finished fourth in the men's javelin. I actually interviewed that guy at the home meet last year. Yeah. I really like Devin Rogers. He's a cool guy. Finished fourth in the men's javelin with a mark of 58.33 meters. Ridiculous mark there. On the women's side, Kinley Kunkel finished fourth in the 1,500-meter run with a time of 4:32. Kunkel was really good in the home meet as well. She had a great time. I got to interview her as well. Brooke Greenwell followed with a fifth-place finish and a time of 4:35. So they were very much working off each other on that race to kind of try and put together the best possible time for their team. Freshman Ella Cleveland recorded a fifth-place finish in the women's pole vault open with a mark of 3.52 meters. So didn't have your whole team there today, but it seems like a lot of the younger players also kind of got into it. So they put up some great times. Definitely kind of a growing experience for them, but also you get some of your top people there and you place well. So a lot of good things going on for track as they get ready moving forward, but this season has been, I would say, a very successful for them. A lot of it is personal, but you also want to set your team up for success. So it seems like they're both, hitting some PRs, and at the same time they're placing for their teams. So great things all around for track and field.
Yeah, and on to men's and women's golf, two other successful programs here at WKU. They're both heading to the Conference USA tournament. WKU Golf heads there tomorrow, and it's been a bit of a struggle this season, placing high when it comes to invitationals and classics. Started the season, they finished 8th, then finished 12th, and their best finish of the season was at the Liz Murphy Collegiate Classic, where I believe they finished going into the last day they were 5th, then fell to 11th. And then the most recent tournament they went to, Texas A&M, they struggled, started off great in day one. By the third day, fell all the way to 13th out of 16th, which isn't something you want to see. Last season when WKU went on a run in the Conference USA tournament, those 3 days, they finished the season pretty good, within the top 10 in their tournaments, but this season just hasn't been able to find that momentum. But they're going to have Sydney Hackett, who won the individual title last season, going to have experience on the green. But this is a team, much like last season, didn't have a lot of momentum going behind them from previous seasons and won their first ever tournament last season, looking to repeat, which is even more difficult than just winning it once. So an interesting next few days for women's golf. Going to try to get an automatic bid to go to regionals and look to do more like they were able to last season, but just figuring out how to keep that momentum from day 1 to day 3 and not trying to shy away from it.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good season so far for women's golf. It's been very much the same for men's golf. You have a lot of great finishes, but very much up and down. And part of it is too that a lot of these tournaments, you go to them, there's a lot of teams at your level, but some, you're trying to really challenge yourself. And if you can get 13th at a meet, that's, really good. You have a lot of teams there out of like 16. That's pretty good. But definitely you want to beat the teams at your level, and they've struggled at times. There's a lot of good programs out here, but you definitely want to be able to beat your teams at your level, because that's what you're going to see when you go into the Conference USA tournament coming up. But it seems like men's golf team is kind of trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
They're definitely, they've struggled a lot at times, especially, you go to all these different tournaments, you don't know where you stack up, but they went to the Mountaineer Invitational, and they had a pretty good day overall. I mean, specifically Rafe Blankenship, he was amazing. He was their top finisher. He had a -1 or a 71 -1 in the final round. Finished with an overall 3 over score, which is incredible, especially for a tournament here that I don't know exactly how difficult the course was, but to get a +3 at a higher like Power 4 type school is definitely impressive.
Yeah.
Trevor Drew was right behind it as well. Brought his overall score to +10, got 65th place. Rafe Blankenship also was in 26th place overall at the event, which is pretty impressive. That's very good for an event of this magnitude. Along that line as well, we had Will Easterlin, who had a +11, so he was right behind Trevor Drew. They were kind of right there with each other. Gage Doyle also for 86th, he was +15. So, not the best showing, but something you can definitely build off of, and getting even like a +11 on a lot of these courses is really difficult. So kind of where you want to be, you're definitely getting there, but when you get into the Conference USA tournament and everything, there's a lot of good schools in Conference USA for golf, and you got to kind of get just like into, I'm trying to think of the word, you just got to power ahead, because WKU, this may not be their year for men's golf, but they're definitely in the conversation. Like, if you can just go out and have a great weekend, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So both programs getting to where they need to be, very much up and down all season.
I mean, golf is the one sport where I feel like the first 2 days, you don't have to have your best showing. That third day, though, if other teams are lacking and you shoot the best you've been able to all tournament, then that's all you really need. And that's what WKU women's golf did last season. They were coming into the last day, they were tied third and then took over the top spot and ultimately won. So, I mean, as long as you're performing okay the first 2 days and you come out and perform really well the third day, that's all you really need. So it's a lot of not beating yourself up if you don't do the greatest, but then again, you can also have a really good Monday, Tuesday, and have a terrible Wednesday, and then your season's over. So
yeah, they're definitely on the right track, though, and it'll be interesting to see how they do in the Conference USA tournament. That is on April 20th, I believe.
Women's is on the 20th, and then men's, I believe, is the 27th. So they have a week.
Yeah,
to
men's
prepare.
still has a while, but definitely it'll be interesting to see over the next 2 weekends where this team is at, and we'll
about teams that have had success and some really bad,
some very low lows.
some highs, not even high highs, just some highs. WKU men's basketball has gotten active in the transfer portal finally, which we have yet to see from the women's team.
Yes, yeah.
I have not heard
radio
anything.
silence over there right now.
And other than Sama Kadur for women's basketball entered the transfer portal, their leading scorer from this last season. And other than that, there's been nothing.
Yeah, and Salma can definitely still come back.
Yeah.
There's still an option there, but definitely not what you want to see.
And with the transfer portal closing in a few days, I don't think it's time to make moves. And with this pay cut Greg Collins took to get the money for players, and now you're not seeing anything, it's interesting.
Because I can understand if, they're pivoting towards, okay, we have all these young, players. And they do. They have a lot of young players that, definitely form a core for the future. But with Salma in the transfer portal, you can still get her back. But if she ends up leaving, then it's going to be tough to see kind of where they go forward, even with like new recruits coming in, even with.
And they don't have a big on the women's side. A lot still to decide, and I feel like not a whole bunch of time to do so. Summer workouts are going to come up sooner rather than later.
We assumed they would attack the transfer portal, like you said. Like we thought, the taking the pay cut and everything, they were going to go out there and try and, sign a few players. And maybe they have been active, trying to go out there and get players, but it just hasn't, they haven't been sold, on WKU and everything. So I feel like this is a tough position to be in, very much not where you want to be. There's still time. There's obviously still time, and if they're pivoting towards this more younger roster, then I can understand that too. It's just the circumstances around it. And the optics don't look great.
Yeah, it doesn't. As someone who has covered the women's team, it's not a great look, really. But men's basketball, they've been active the past 2 days. Now have 1 to 2 players that have committed, with one being a guard, which I don't think they fully needed another guard.
Hey, you can never have enough guards on your roster.
Especially with WKU's luck with injuries.
Oh my gosh, yes. You can never have enough players on WKU's roster. They always have some crucial injuries every year.
Sophomore guard Sharon Young from Akron committed to WKU over the weekend, and he's a player who has March Madness experience. Was 2 seasons with Akron. They appeared in March Madness twice. Obviously, we're on the losing end of it, but a player who's young, has 2 more years of eligibility at least, and has that March Madness experience. I think that's what WKU really needs.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely need some more players that have been there, Obviously, I'm pretty sure Grant Newell was another one of those players who had been to the tournament with North Texas, transferred here. So it is good that they're getting these players, from, similar programs that have reached the tournament, because that's the ultimate goal. You want to get to the tournament again. But I do like the strategy they're working towards with some of these players, but I definitely want to see, some more movement. But also they did have some key injuries last year that held them back. I feel like we said that the last 2 years of Peyton Sloan's tenure. Like, we haven't really been able to get a good read of the team yet.
Yeah, and hopefully, obviously, no one wants to see players injured, but finally figuring out what a healthy season looks like under Hank Polona will be exciting when that happens.
If that happens.
But Young averaged 7.2 points off the bench. He started in 12 games, so he knows what it takes to be the spark off the bench, but also be able to start. So I think he'll fit in.
Yeah, he'll find a good
pretty
role
seamlessly with WKU.
I'll talk about the transfers really quick.
Yeah.
Louis Simona went in the portal.
Yes.
This is not too surprising, as he's just feeling it out. He has not left yet, but very much had that rough injury last year, held him out a lot of the season.
I think played in 8 games.
Yes, played in 8 games. So he can still come back if he needs to and everything, but not exactly surprising, as he, even when he was healthy, he wasn't getting too many consistent minutes, but also the formatting of the team didn't really work for him as well, I feel like, in the games he played. But who knows? He might have found that role later in the season if he had more time. But not too surprising. It also says Noah Boyd is in the portal. I don't believe it.
According to On3, it says he's in the portal, which I thought he was a fifth year already.
Same thing.
Unless he had, who knows? People come up with eligibility out of thin air.
People are in college like 8 years nowadays, so I don't know. Who knows?
So if he is in the transfer portal, not too big of a departure for WKU. He averaged, I think, a point a game and didn't appear in very many games. But that length that they're really going to miss with Leroy Odiahi and Blaise Keita graduating, and now Noah Boyd's leaving. That's your center room out.
Yeah.
It
gives you an opportunity, though, to overhaul it, with some transfers. But they really need to get on that soon, I think.
And another transfer coming into WKU is Musa Kanar, a 6'10" forward from Trinity Valley Community College. And if there's one thing about Hank Plana, he loves his community college kids. So add some depth with, obviously, like we mentioned, Noah Boyd supposedly transferring out, graduating, whatever it is he's doing. Blaise Keita and Leroy Odiahi both graduating. So much needed height for WKU.
Yeah, 6'10" is crazy.
Yeah.
They definitely need some height in the paint, because especially when you're going to be battling against all these teams in the Conference USA, you need some center room.
Yeah.
Some center rotation, because they were really small before then. But I think now you have, this could be an interesting, bench guy that can come in and play some good minutes in key situations. I think also Celebonge.
He'll be
key to have him. I've seen him in the gym a few times.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's locked in all next season. So,
but
I think it'll definitely be good.
Going to be interesting to see how he fits moving up from that community college level. Very different competition. So it'll be fun to see how he finds a role with WKU. But without a true big man right now, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be a good fit for this team, but definitely good that they're getting some kind of center rotation going.
That is it for me and Austin. We're going to pass it off to Jake and David as they talk about the MLB season so far.
I've never done this before.
Oh, yeah,
so
I got to
gotta
start.
go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who are we taking it from?
You guys will take it from Peyton and Austin.
Oh, I hate those guys. Can we talk about... Okay. Seriously, let's start this off. Peyton and Austin, out of all the college high titles, probably some of the worst performers on this podcast. I want to hear your take, so since you've been more involved with this than I am.
Oh, no, I 100%.
Like, what do you think is so bad about them?
They have no emotion whenever they speak.
They have no emotion. Like, have a little fun,
emotion when they
freaks.
They have no emotion when they speak.
Welcome back to the College High Title. Thank you, Peyton and Austin. Peyton and Austin, that was a hell of a segment, and we're really proud of you. My name is Jake McMahon. I don't work here. I have been dragged here against my will, I guess you could say. And I have this guy.
David Quintanilla.
But you've already been on the podcast before.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
in AP style, you would just be Quintanilla from now
I'm Quintanilla.
We're going to talk, because we're going to have a little fun talking about America's favorite pastime, Major League Baseball. We have someone here who is a fan of the best team in baseball right now this year, and then we have David Quintanilla. I want to talk a little bit about the NL and kind of how good it's been, especially the NL Central. I don't know if you've been keeping up with how good the NL Central's been, but as of last night, I don't know the results today besides the Reds won. The only division where every team is over 500. Could you have ever expected that?
No.
Not at all, right?
No.
Like, I knew Chicago was going to be fine, which they actually haven't been as good as I thought they were going to be. I knew Pittsburgh was going to be better than they usually are. I knew the Reds were going to be fine. I thought the Cardinals would suck, and I thought the Brewers would be fine. I did not expect every team to start off this hot.
Yeah, no, it's insane, especially looking at last season.
Yeah, it was
How
an
the NL
awful
Central
division. It was an awful division. And I think it will still end up being an awful division. I think you'll look at it and there will be a team with 90 wins, and then nobody else will have more than 85. But it's been a fun start for the division. My Cincinnati Reds were 14-8 after a come-from-behind win in Minnesota this afternoon, down 3 runs with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Made it 4-3. They scored a run in the bottom, sent it to extras. We win 7-4 and 10. So yeah, I mean, it's been a fun year for a lot of NL Central fans. I know you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
If you want to talk about what
what is there to say? First team to reach 15 wins. Our best player is somehow Andy Pajes. Every person in the lineup is doing really well. We don't have enough space.
Whoa.
We don't have enough space.
Okay, I was about to say, if you, Mr. Daddy Warbucks baseball over here, if you were going to tell me the Dodgers didn't have enough of anything, I was going to kick you.
We don't have enough space for players. Our backup catcher.
I'm so sorry you have that problem. I feel so bad for you. You poor thing.
And low key, our backup catcher could start in any other NL West team.
Who's your backup catcher?
Dalton Rushing.
And Will Smith is still your starting catcher?
Yeah.
Product of Kentucky, 502.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, what are y'all, 15-6 now, 15-5?
We're about to be 15-6. We're about to lose to Rockies.
You're losing to Colorado?
Yeah.
Sound the alarm bells. Fire Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
You're losing to Colorado.
42 wins away from 1,000 wins. Fire that guy.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Hire Kershaw. Just get him in a
just get him in. Just get him in.
Yeah, you need La Russa back.
Yeah.
Another thing going on in the NL, which is hilarious. I don't know if you can keep it up with it.
Is it the Mets?
It's the Mets. It's the Mets, dude. Oh my God, have they lost like 11 straight?
Is it 11 now? It was.
11. I think today could have made it 11.
Yeah.
What are they, 7 and like 15, 5 and 17, something like that? It's just like two ends of the spectrum. You have the most money in baseball, and one team's having a lot of success, and one team is just the worst team in the National League. And they'll pick it up. They'll be fine.
Well, weren't they having like first base tryouts at practice the other day?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Damn, they should just re-signed Pete then, man. They really screwed that up. How's he doing in Baltimore? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, okay, am I allowed to brag? Folks, Cincinnati Reds, the first professional team in baseball. Cincinnati Red Stockings are off to their best start since 2006. Maybe the best rotation in all of baseball, and we don't even have the guys who were supposed to be our two best guys, Hunter Green and Nickel Dolo. Dolo will be back soon. Green will be back in July. We have the best rookie in baseball, in my opinion, right now in Sal Stewart. He's playing out of his damn mind. We have Ellie De La Awesome, Ellie De La Cruz.
De La Mid.
Okay, this is good. He's not mid. He's good. He's really good at baseball. I don't get that. No, defend yourself.
Is he though? Is he though? He's an all right hitter.
All right.
He's a worse fielder.
He's been better this year.
It's still not great. He'll be
the best shortstop in the league by then.
What? Mookie Betts is a better shortstop. It's not even his primary position.
Mookie Betts, welcome me. I can play center field and shortstop. Look, kid. Look, let me tell you a little something. I've been in this profession longer than you have. I'm going to say this right now. Ellie De La Cruz is a top 15 player in baseball right now. He's playing really, really well. The Reds are 14-8. We are, I believe, 6-0 in games decided by 1 run and 10-0 in games decided by 2 runs or less. Which, this is Reds country, so folks around me have probably shared the same pain. If you're listening to this, those are not games the Reds have, ever won. Ever. Last year, we couldn't win those 1-run games. The year before, we couldn't win those run games. And now we're actually clutch. And, the 8th, 9th inning, our bullpen's been good. Emilio out of the pen has been good. So, yeah, I still think we're sitting around that 85 to 87 win mark. But yeah, it's been a very fun year. I think what the NL Central is doing right now is good for the sport. in my opinion, just because it has kind of been a lackadaisical division for a while and everybody's good. And then you look at the top of the division, and it's probably, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati are the three smaller market teams out of that division. And Pittsburgh and Cincinnati have had the most success. St. Louis snuck up to the second spot in the division today, which, I mean, the retirement home has been pretty good. And they're just reloading. So I think you'll see two teams from that division get in. I mean, well, you did last year somehow. I think you could see three teams get from that division get in. I think Cincinnati, I think Chicago, I think Pittsburgh. And, I mean, there's no way 4 teams, but I think 3 teams could 100% get in. I think it's going to be a really fun division race to watch because I feel like the West is already done. And the Braves are like 14-7. They have like a plus 55 run differential.
Yeah.
They're insane.
They're
insane. And Acuna hasn't even played that well. Like, he's played fine.
Yeah, he's played.
But he's not played like Ronald Acuna.
No.
So I think they'll run away with the East. I think the Dodgers will run away with the West. And I think the Central's going to be the division to watch for a while. The AL, I haven't kept up too much with the AL. I don't like watching AL baseball.
I don't like watching it.
See, thank you.
I don't. It's just not. Fun.
Let's just not talk about the AL.
Let's just not talk about the AL.
Nobody cares about the AL.
What is in the AL? The Yankees.
Who's your very early World Series prediction right now?
World Series prediction? Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Who's doing good in the AL right now?
The Yankees are good.
The Yankees, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna make it.
Why not?
They'll use another 10 years to make it back.
You think they'll take another 10 years
They'll
with the best hitter in baseball?
That doesn't matter. I mean,
I'll tell you what.
I'm the best hitter in my road to the show.
Where you at right now? Are you still in
Guardian.
AAA?
I'm with the Guardians.
That's fun. Go guards. Guard ball.
Guard ball.
I mean, yeah, I think it's hard to go against Aaron Judge. The Mariners
take the Athletics in the AL.
They've been good. They're second in the AL West, I think.
They're first right now.
They're first in the AL West?
Yeah, they're first right now.
Where's Seattle? Are they second? Seattle second?
Seattle is fourth.
Yikes.
They're 9-13.
Where are the Yankees at in that?
What do you mean?
Where are the Yankees at in standings West in the East?
They are first in the East.
Okay.
Yankees Athletics.
Game 7 in Sacramento in a AAA ballpark. Yeah, Reds A's World Series.
Reds
It's
A's.
gonna hit like crack.
And it's
Rematch in 1990.
and it's gonna end in 4.
Reds win.
No,
You know what? I would take getting swept in the World Series
you would.
because it means we got to the World Series.
That is true.
City Connect, who had the best new City Connects?
Oh, City Connects.
Probably the Braves.
Oh, the Braves are
The
good.
Braves are really good.
I really like the Brewers one until I saw them on the field, and
Mhm.
then I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like them. And then
I like their old ones, I think, better.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
I like the Reds one. I don't like our bacon. Well, okay, but like the bacon strip looking C kind of noisy, but everything else, I am a. I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna say what I am for pinstripes, but I love them. We got black pinstripes on red with some red pants. We look pretty sweet, and I'm happy because we're still keeping our black City Connects. We're keeping both.
Yes, those are.
The Braves are definitely probably my favorite new City Connect.
I like the Baltimore ones. The Be More.
I hate the Be More.
I like the Be More.
I don't like the Be More. I feel like Baltimore is such a cool city. They could have done more with it. I still think the best City Connect of all time was the Cherry Blossom Nationals.
Yes.
And they need to bring those back because they got rid of them, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think
They were so good.
So
Especially like last year at Soto when he was wearing those.
yeah,
I mean, those are
they're
pretty.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking at the AL standings right now. The ALDS teams are kind of stinking it up. Mariners are in 4th place. The Royals are in last place. The Jays are in last place.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
They're still traumatized from the World Series.
The Jays?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be too. That probably was heartbreaking. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not Vlad. It'll probably be the Yankees getting out of that. I mean, I love that the NL Central is far and away the best division in baseball right now.
Which it's so crazy.
Listen to these 5 records. 14-8, 13-8, 13-9, 12-9, 12-9.
Mm-hmm.
That's the division.
Mm-hmm.
No teams like it. The Mets are 7-15. That's awesome.
The Mets 750.
Can we pray for Mets fans? Can we pray for Juan Soto? Nah, we're not gonna do that. We hate Juan Soto.
Bro.
Yeah. So give me your World Series predictions. I'll go. Look, totally unbiased.
Totally unbiased here.
Reds, Yankees,
Okay.
Reds in 6.
Okay.
Thank you. No, we're not gonna make the World Series.
We'll return to this in October.
I won't be here.
I'll text you.
I'm deleting your number from my phone. If the Reds win the World Series, you have to FaceTime me into this podcast.
All right.
Well, I would like to. I don't think we're gonna make the World Series. I mean, it's hard not to say Dodgers. Tigers. Tigers are second in the AL Central right now.
I don't hate that pick.
It'd be a fun little World Series.
I mean, I don't know. I see this athletics team.
No,
Dude, okay. Now hear me out. This athletics team is gonna reach the World Series. All right. You hear me out.
you name one player on the Athletics.
Nick Kurtz.
Okay. They have the better Max Muncy.
They have the better Max Muncy. That's true. That is true.
You're going A's and Dodgers?
A's and Dodgers. California World Series.
It's not happening.
California World Series. The best
The
state.
A's will not win 80 games. The A's won't win 75 games.
They're winning 90. I know.
That's what I got. That's all I got on baseball.
I mean, Andy Pages best hitter in baseball right now.
It's not true.
It's
Sal
true.
Stewart.
It's not Sal Stewart. It's Andy Pages.
Sal Stewart.
I don't know why he's holding my hand. It's Andy Pages.
Thanks. That's it.
That's it. Boom.